Thank you very much, and very happy Diwali to you and your family from my side. Thank you very much. This is not a formal press conference. This morning I had gone to an orphanage to celebrate Diwali with the children there, and media people were waiting outside. For me, it is not possible Thank you. I said that this morning I had gone to an orphanage because I wish to celebrate Diwali with these children. And when I came out, when I went inside, the media was there. When after about an hour I came outside, media was there. And I'm saying this with all sincerity, that I have great respect for the media. I consider media to be absolutely essential for the efficient functioning of the democracy. And this has been my attitude when I was in the government. In fact, I started my ministerial career with Information and Broadcasting Ministry. So I had to interact with the media on a regular basis. This has been my attitude when I was in the government. This has been my attitude even when I was in opposition. And your senior colleagues can tell you that after my resignation from the government in 1986 till 89, the senior media people or those who cover various parties, whenever, any day I was in Delhi, they will come to my place, residence at 3 Suneri Bagh Road, like they used to go to various party headquarters to do the coverage. I have enjoyed that kind of relationship with the media always. Therefore, I really felt concerned that you will think that I am being rude to you. I do not want to talk to you. You will think that I am not showing courtesy to you. And that made me feel concerned. Therefore, I said there that I am always available to the media, but I am not available to those who are masquerading as media, but they actually are doing the party work. And therefore I requested you to send the request to Raj Bhavan so that people here can verify. And it is not only today, I am always available to those who are in the media. I have a duty as a man in public life to entertain media. And there is no question of my showing any disrespect. Not that when I'm in, I call you, I do not have this record. You can check anywhere. When in opposition, then they will say syndicated media. These are not my words. And when in government, they will tell the media to get out. I have never used these words. I am not used to this thing. When in opposition, the word which was constantly used, who used it, you know better. I won't name the person, was syndicated media. And when in government, then media people were told to get out. That is not my way of doing things. They are raising this question. I called the Vice Chancellor criminal. You tell me, I will say sorry if you find me a substitute word. What other word should I use for a person who invites me to Kannur to facilitate attack on me? And when can you take the plea? If you are witness to a crime and you are asked to describe it, can you take the plea that I am not a security expert, therefore I will not write anything about it? This Vice Chancellor of Kannur University, after Kannur incident, he wrote back to the Raj Bhavan that I am not a security expert, therefore I cannot give report. You invite me there? You violate the approved program, you violate every guideline. I am made to sit there listening to the speeches for more than 1.5 hour. And then when you are asked to send the report what happened there, then you are sending the reply, since I am not a security expert, therefore I can't write anything. Only a conspirator can do that. Who else will do it? You find me a substitute word for somebody who indulges in this behavior. I will withdraw my earlier statement and say sorry to the man. Somebody, he may be 100 years old. If he comes and tries to stop you, you are standing at the podium, and he tore down the shirt of my ADC. He tried to reach me. Is it allowed when governor is speaking for anybody to stand from their seats? Nobody is allowed. Law does not allow it. And this is now recently only when I saw the video, the day I had met all of you, that I could see that a man who was supposed to be on the stage, he was in the audience, inciting people to raise slogans. The political secretary of the chief minister, he was there in the audience. So in fact, I could have used even stronger language, because these are all activities in which they indulged. They were unlawful activities. So unlawful activities, anybody, only how many judgments recently the Honorable High Court has given in which the Honorable Court has said that you have exceeded your power? I ask you, how in recent days, how many judgments? Doing what? Exceeding your power. Who exceeds his power? No, they have not said about the Chancellor. They have said about Vice Chancellor. So who exceeds his power? If not a criminal, who else exceeds his power? But if you find a problem with the use of the word which I have used, I am ready to say sorry, provided you give me a substitute word to describe this behavior, if there is any. So, I mean, you are, actually, I have heard that in Malayalam papers, and I have said it so many times, that I feel ashamed of myself, that I am not able to, after 3 years, I am not able to express myself in Malayalam. And because, maybe because I spend a lot of time outside Kerala. In fact, I sent the word to people concerned. I said, I do not have time to engage in petty fights. You just see my record. How many 1,000 kilometers I have traveled during last 3 years. Because requests come from Maharashtra, now I am going to Odisha, requests come from Uttarakhand, requests come from Tamil Nadu, requests come from Andhra Pradesh, from Telangana. They want me to come and speak to them. And I am possibly, I am one who has been, first 2 months I received letter from Rashtrapati Bhavan. You are, because normally governor is not allowed to stay more than 5 days outside the state. They told me you are spending more time outside the state. Then I provided all the details. I'm not visiting my home state. I'm going all over India. Then I do not know about others. But I was exempted from that protocol requirement. And the result is that every month I'm spending possibly 14, 15 days outside, 10 days in various districts of Kerala. Trivandrum, I'm hardly there for 4 or 5 days. Mostly I'm outside Trivandrum. But I believe recently, some 2 weeks back or 1 week back, a word was used in Malayalam. Pipidi. I do not know what it means. But when I tried to find out the meaning, then I realized that that was the right word. Because if somebody indulges in Chapadi Vidya, then dose of little pipidi is needed. If you indulge in Chapadi Vidya, deceiving people, saying things which are untrue all the time, then it becomes absolutely necessary to give a dose of pipidi. For 2 years I was told, party is not under my control. It is they who create problems. It is they who make irresponsible statements. And later I came to know that that was all untruth. When I talked to the then leader of the party who is no more, I won't name anybody, then I came to know that whatever I was being fed through various intermediaries, that was totally, absolutely without basis. Everything was, for instance, I will give you just one example. 2 years back, I passed an order as Chancellor. That order has not been stayed by any court. That order was challenged in the court, but court refused to stay it. But the Vice Chancellor did not implement it. Chancellor's order is not being implemented by the Vice Chancellor. Can it happen? Finally, when I decided, when he was going to retire a month before, I said, 2 years have passed, and this man has not implemented, rather he went to the court, and government had to direct him to withdraw the matter. Court had refused to give his stay order. So when about a month or 2 months were left for his retirement, I wrote a letter to the Chief Minister. I said, this is what has happened. You are fully aware. Last 2 years, without any legal intervention, he has refused to implement my order. I'm writing this letter to seek your advice, what I should do in this matter. He acknowledged the letter, and after that, no information. He did not give any reply to my letter. What I do, I ask you, what should I do? When this Kerala Vice Chancellor used language which was highly insulting for the first citizen of India, highly insulting, the words which he had used were, government of the day is not in favor of honoring the President of India. I called him. He did not call back for another 6 days. You tell me, what should I do? If the chief of my government, last 3 years, I have written number of times and told him personally, whenever I had the occasion to meet him, it is your constitutional duty to brief me regularly. He has never done it. So he has right to break every convention. The complaint which I have against media, I should also share that with you. That he says with bare face, he says there was no Onam function in Trivandrum. He said to you, was there a function or not function? Yes. There was. He said, but there was no function of Onam. He has broken the convention which was prevalent since the time governor was appointed in Kerala, where governor was officially invited to attend the Onam celebration. When I finally realized that invitation is not going to come, I celebrated Onam with the Adivasis of Attapadi. And he is telling you there was no Onam celebration. You in your papers have published the photographs of the Onam. And you did not ask him, sir, function was there? Nobody pointed out. This is my complaint against you. If you do not have the courage to ask this simple question, then why you should bother so much about talking to me? That is the only complaint which I have. You participated in that function, and the man is saying there was no Onam function in Trivandrum. How can you justify that? Now, if you want to ask me about the recent letter which has been sent to the Vice Chancellors, the Supreme Court judgment is absolutely clear. Supreme Court judgment has not found any deficiency in the Vice Chancellor of the APJ Abdul Kalam Technical University. Supreme Court has not said that she was underqualified like the appointment which they tried to make in Kannur. Supreme Court has not said that. Supreme Court has not cast any aspersion on the Vice Chancellor. Vice Chancellor, I personally would say that she was working in a very efficient manner. Even the Supreme Court has not found any fault with her. Supreme Court has said that the process of selection and appointment was illegal right from day one. Supreme Court has not damned the Vice Chancellor. Supreme Court has merely pointed out that a selection process which is repugnant to the UGC regulations, any appointment done through that selection process which is repugnant shall be void ab initio. The words are to be kept in mind. Void ab initio means that the person will not be entitled to the benefits after retirement. That is what ab initio means. In my letter, I only tried to suggest to them an honorable exit. I have not pointed out that you are inefficient, you are not doing your work properly, you are doing this thing wrong. No. As Chancellor of the universities, more so as Governor of Kerala, it is my duty to uphold the Constitution, to uphold the judgment of the Supreme Court. Supreme Court has said that any appointment made where panel is not there, only one single name is recommended, it will be void ab initio. If any person other than the academics is part of the selection committee, appointment will be void ab initio. Supreme Court has not found fault, Honorable Supreme Court has not found fault with the individual Vice Chancellors. I have not tried to blame them for anything. I have just pointed out that this is what Honorable Supreme Court has said. Since all these 9, these are not only 9, 2 other cases I am studying, because they are the first term Vice Chancellors. So I am studying, I have sought opinion, legal opinion, whether the first term recently appointed, created universities. Because Supreme Court does not make any exception. Therefore, because that matter is under study, under consideration, therefore those 2 universities I have not included. Maybe tomorrow, maybe day after tomorrow, when the final opinion comes, I am holding meetings with the lawyers, talking to the lawyers, and I am not just depending on one opinion, one person's opinion. I am talking to so many people, very senior. Don't forget that I am myself a lawyer. And although I have not practiced for a long time, but say on a matter like triple divorce, I was not representing any party, but the Supreme Court asked me to speak. And they gave me 1 hour on the first day and 45 minutes on the last day of submissions. So I am not a lay person. I have some idea of law. I have not practiced law for long, but I have been in the business of lawmaking for very long. But still I am consulting senior lawyers to make final opinion about the other 2 universities. Only when I am able to come to a conclusion, then we will start the proceeding. So this letter which was sent to the Vice Chancellors, this was not a letter to remove them. This was a letter to tell them this is the judgment of the Supreme Court, and now I am duty bound to start proceedings for the fresh appointment of the Vice Chancellors. Therefore, the honorable way will be that you send your resignation. They have refused, and papers have reported. Now it has become clear that whose instructions Vice Chancellors follow. Papers have said today that LDF has given them instructions not to resign. Now you can understand very well whom they have. I am not going to speak against the Vice Chancellor. In fact, I spoke to at least 2 Vice Chancellors yesterday. I said, I hold you in high esteem. You are, in my opinion, you are one of the best Vice Chancellor, not only in Kerala, but in the country. But Supreme Court has left no option for me but to go for fresh process of selection. And I have all my, I'm honestly telling you, I have all my sympathies with particularly 2-3 Vice Chancellors, whom I consider outstanding. But Supreme Court has not left any scope for me to retain them. They can come through when the fresh process starts. And if they apply, surely their applications can be considered, because Supreme Court has not said one word against any Vice Chancellor, including the Technical University Vice Chancellor. I have not said any word against the Vice Chancellor. Supreme Court has pointed out, if this is the process of appointment, then this appointment becomes illegal, invalid, and word they have used is void ab initio. They have refused to resign. I had given them time till 11:30. Now fresh show cause notices have been issued. Where is the problem? Now if you want to ask me anything, I'm here. let a lady should have a precedence. Yeah.
Governor, sir, you have said that a fresh notice has been issued to the vice chancellors.
No, not fresh. Now that they have refused to resign, now formal notices have been issued.
Have you directed them to tender resignation?
No, tender.
Immediately or give an explanation to the government?
No. Now that was yesterday when I asked them to resign. Now it is that in the light of Supreme Court decision, why I should not declare your appointment void ab initio, show me cause, and they have been given time up to 3rd of November. They have been given time up to 3rd of November. They can show that why I should not follow the judgment of the Supreme Court. If they come with cogent reasons, I may consider their plea. Yes.
They didn't get natural justice, no proper time for reply. That's why they are approached.
Natural justice is when I sack them. I have not sacked them. I only suggested an honorable way out. Because, why I am telling you, second natural justice question can come only when you have sacked them. I have not sacked them. That process has started today. And they have been asked to show cause. Why? Because here I do not even need to sack them. I just have to use the words of the Supreme Court and say, I have asked them that why in the light of the judgment of the Supreme Court I should not declare your appointment as invalid ab initio. Yes.
So the Chief Minister today in his press conference has said that the Supreme Court has made the judgment about the appointment of the Vice Chancellor of the Kerala Technical University, and this judgment is not applicable to the rest of the Vice Chancellors in the state.
Well, if you trust the knowledge of the Chief Minister, you have every right. With him, what I believe in, that any judgment given by the Supreme Court acquires the status of law of the land. The problem with Kerala is that the bright people of Kerala leave Kerala, and ignorant people rule the state. Any judgment given by the Supreme Court, the two cases on which Supreme Court has relied, were they about Kerala? One was about Bengal and one was about Gujarat. And they said that the judgment here is clear. In the light of these judgments, the Vice Chancellor's appointment is void ab initio. So they have just decided about APJ University. They have used the precedence of two cases, one pertaining to Gujarat and one pertaining to Bengal. I had advised the Finance Minister day before yesterday that you have said about me that person from UP cannot understand the education system of Kerala, as if Kerala has an education system which is different from rest of India. I said, please, my advice is I will tolerate it. But my advice is don't say same thing about the Supreme Court judges, that they are from Maharashtra and they are from Assam, therefore they do not understand the education system of Kerala. You are majority of your universities. Do you need any other proof? Out of 15 universities, 9 have been issued notice and 2 are being considered. 9 and 2, 11. And 1 has retired. What does it mean? That only in one case proper procedure has been followed.
Very stated, if the appointments of these vice chancellors were illegal, then the appointment responsibility was with the governor, and it was in fact the governor who should have resigned. This was
Please explain it again.
The Chief Minister made this remark, if as you say, the 9 vice chancellors' appointment were illegal, then the appointment was given by the governor So in that context, it is the governor who must resign first. This was a very
Okay, I understood. So, among the legal appointments, one is which has been done by me. It is right. How much I resisted, everybody knows. There was exchange of letters between Chief Minister and me, and I was insisting, don't ask me to cut. I have publicly admitted that I had agreed that I will respect his choice, but let proceedings be completed. Kannur University. But he was sending AG's opinion. And I have also said that I would have rejected what minister had recommended. But to reject the opinion of the AG at that time would have, I wanted to avoid, I have already told you, I did not want to engage in these petty fights. I wanted to avoid. Since they brought the opinion of the AG, Advocate General, I said even that was wrong on my part. I've said it publicly. Even that was wrong on my part. But for other appointments, I am not responsible. It is, if I am also responsible in one case, and all other 9 cases, the earlier governor. So what does it mean? That the government was bringing the pressure which they built on me through AG's opinion, through a recommendation, through all kind of things. So what, I can only imagine the pressure they must have built on the earlier governor.
But if it is not in proper format, how can a chancellor can sign in?
But this is what I am telling you. This is what I am telling you, that if you will inquire into many things, what they do not understand is that democracy means rule of law, not the rule of a ruler. They think why this lady, why this candidate in Kannur University, who is related to the Chief Minister's political secretary, how come this lady, despite the fact that according to UGC, not according to me, according to UGC, she lacks teaching experience. She cannot be even invited for interview. How come the Vice Chancellor said that we are going to issue the appointment order tomorrow? Then only I intervened. How that happened? They believe their minister trashes the constitution. Another former minister feels no hesitation in speaking the language of Pakistan regarding Kashmir. Any word from the leadership to chastise them? Any word? Tell me. Yes.
Sir, you knew that the appointment of the Kannur Vice Chancellor was illegal or not according to the provisions laid down by the UGC. You might have checked also with legal expert. You were aware that the appointment was not regular, but you had the opportunity to correct it earlier also. Why did you do it?
I will tell you. I will tell you. You are right, I might have consulted, but one goes to consult only after one has doubt in his own mind. I had absolutely no doubt that what they are asking me to do is absolutely illegally wrong. I had no doubt. So therefore, there is nothing wrong in consulting anybody. But I will consult somebody only when I have some doubt in my mind. My only problem was, it was not Chief Minister. It was not Education Minister's recommendation. My only problem was that the senior most law officer of the state, after all, the governor, Chief Minister, Minister, if they have any doubt in their mind, to whom they will go officially? First let me complete. I will give you full opportunity. To whom they will go? To the Advocate General. Advocate General, by asking him to give his opinion, the Education Minister sends her recommendation accompanied by the opinion of the Advocate General. Now, if you receive as head of the state, you receive opinion of the Advocate General, and you want to reject it, then you will have to rely on so many things, including consultation with senior lawyers who are not part of the government. Because to reject the opinion of the Advocate General, it required, that created a little problem for me. I said, if Advocate General is saying, I have written this to the Chief Minister, I am convinced that this is illegality you are asking me to commit. But since Advocate General is saying, I am saying so here, openly, publicly, that it was the Advocate General who misled me to believe that this is legal. I would have rejected the opinion of the Chief Minister. I would have rejected the opinion of the Education Minister, recommendation of the Education Minister. But to reject the opinion of the senior most law officer of the state, it involved bit rigmarole.
So would you recommend taking action against that? Advocate General
Let us. I've used the words, listen carefully. He misled me to believe. But what you are saying, let us first get over this thing which is more important, and then we will come to that. He misled me to believe that it is okay.
So you didn't take a second opinion in that case, right?
Baba, Advocate General is the senior most law officer of the state.
It's okay, but it is a political appointment.
This is what you are saying. This is what, sir, you are saying now. Earlier, before that, the claim was that now I'm so glad you have used the word political appointment. In the case of Vice Chancellors, I'm so happy to... No, Advocate General, whether it is political appointment or whatever it is, I believe in respecting the institutions. The Constitution makes it obligatory to abide by the Constitution and have respect for national institutions. He had an institution. But later, if he gives me, if he misleads me into believing something which is basically illegal, and I am pointing out that illegality, and he says, no sir, it is illegal, then it becomes a bit complex.
You know that you are you know about law, you are not a layman. But you earlier said you...
I have already told you, I believe in institutions. I don't believe that one person is so wise, including myself, that he should ignore everybody's opinion. That I don't. That is not.
Any kind of solution to this conflict?
What is the conflict?
Government and government.
No, there is no conflict. Why? Although they did not invite me on Onam, I sent gifts to the house of the Chief Minister. Where is the problem? If the conflict will come if you will try to appoint people in the universities who are not qualified, who are underqualified. If you would like to, this conflict has not been created by me. This conflict has arose because of the judgment of the Honorable Supreme Court. How can I finish it? I ask you, just a minute, I ask you one thing. Me, you, she, he, anybody, are we bound by the Supreme Court decisions or not? So if we are bound by Supreme Court decisions and I try to uphold that and implement it, then this is conflict. How can you describe it as conflict?
Governor, you
Yeah.
had, you had stated your predecessor who was holding your position earlier was in fact pressured to, probably would have been pressured to make these 8 illegal appointments. Isn't that again a problem because you are saying that the predecessor...
No, I am not saying previous governor. I am saying how this government believes in pressurizing the governors and others. This is what I am saying. He was a very nice gentleman. He came under pressure, like I came under pressure not of the government. I came under pressure of the opinion of the Advocate General. I have made it clear so many times that it was Advocate General who is the senior most law officer of the state. Advocate General office is an institution. I came under pressure because of that.
Sir, not only in Kannur case, what about in Sanskrit and fisheries and Calicut cases also? That time also leading chapter.
Now that has been upheld by the Supreme Court. Sanskrit University, the one name was recommended to me. So one name, I said, one name, you are supposed to send me a panel of names. Just a moment. I made this point. In the meantime, what happened, if I were biased, I came to know, because even before coming here, I was invited to various places to give lectures, speeches. So Advanced Studies Center in Shimla, the presidential house in Shimla, Dr. Radhakrishnan had donated it. He had created a society for advanced studies and he had donated that house. It's a palatial house in Shimla where the Viceroy used to lodge during summer. So President Radhakrishnan said that I spent barely 10 days here and it is such a huge building. Why not we use this building for higher studies? They built. Many times they have invited me to give lecture there. Now some friends from there, whom I know very well, who have great academic credentials, they called me. And they told me that I'm sending you a book. They did not even tell me who has written the book. I'm just sending you a book and I want your opinion on this book. I received the book, I read the book, and I thought that because my objection was limited to the fact that only one name has been given. In fact, if I forget, please remind me that how Finance Minister had come requesting me to nominate this Vice Chairman of the Planning Commission as my nominee. If I forget, please remind me. Then he sent me the book, I read through the book, and I immensely liked it. And I asked him, I called him, I said, very good book, very good research work. And this is one of your scholars. He said he is the same person whose file is pending with you for appointment as Vice Chancellor of the Shankaracharya University. So about the man, that is why I told you when I came here, that there are 2-3 Vice Chancellors whom I hold in high esteem. I feel sorry for them. The MG University, Shankaracharya University, they are real academics. But law, be you ever so high, the law is above you. You could have faulted me if I had not, I ask you, if I was not resisting the appointment of the Kannur University VC, why they will send the opinion of the AG? That itself indicates that I was resisting the scuttling. We had already received 12 applications from candidates. Already received. When they asked me, when AG gave the opinion, the Chancellor has the power to scuttle, withdraw the order. I said 12 people have already applied. He said, does not matter. So, and I am saying it. Please carefully listen to my words. He misled me into believing that the reappointment of Vice Chancellor of Kannur University was legally in order.
Sir, you said that you hold many Vice Chancellors in high esteem.
Yes.
And ever since last Friday, the Supreme Court judgment has come. Wasn't there any opportunity from the Chancellor's side to invite the Vice Chancellors to Rajbhavan and discuss with them and brief them about the situation so that they can also voice their opinion directly to you? Instead of issuing an order like this, was there any opportunity to do
to invite. I came yesterday. After how many days? 7 days. Tomorrow again I am leaving, and leaving at the request of a fellow governor to attend to give a lecture in his home state. He is governor elsewhere. On 31st, I am going to deliver Sardar Patel Memorial Lecture at India International Center in Delhi. On 28th, I am going to release. Aligarh Muslim University has published books of Sir Sayyid, the first time, the writings of Sir Sayyid, and they want me to release those books. So I am so busy, I don't have the time. I have written, I spoke to them on phone, many of them. I spoke to them on phone and I said, I am suggesting an honorable exit. And the letter talks only about 21st of November, if you resign, which means that I will try to somehow manage that you are not deprived of the benefits. But now I can't say, when I give formal notice, I can't say 21st of November. Because Honorable Supreme Court is saying appointment is void ab initio from the day you were appointed. That was illegal. So in this show cause notice, I have not repeated 21st November. I have said, I have pointed out this is what Supreme Court has said. So show me cause by 3rd of November why under this judgment your appointment should not be declared void ab initio. Now, in the letter which has gone today, show cause notice, that does not have 21st November.
But sir, should we not have been
I'm here. There is no problem no need for 3 people to speak. I will address everybody. Yes. You say? Yes.
Sir, they tried of natural justice.
They will say.
We did not listen to them. That's what they
You are repeating the same question which I have already clarified, that I have not sacked them yesterday.
Yesterday's notice is 11:30 the last.
11:30 is the time so that then show cause notice can be issued. What you are talking about? Read the letter. That is a suggestion. Please go honorably. If you don't go honorably, then I will have to issue show cause notice. Yesterday it was not a show cause notice. And before sending the letter, I have talked to many of them on telephone, explained to them, particularly those whom I hold in high esteem. And you can realize what kind of appointments are made in Kerala, that they don't listen to the Chancellor. They listen to LDF, not even Chief Minister. Your papers have reported that LDF has directed them not to resign. So they are listening to LDF, not paying heed to the Chancellor's word.
Sir, isn't it like a bombardment in higher education institutions that 9 universities have...
No, they are going to be 11. I have already told you. You are saying 9. 2 cases are under study. So you are saying bombardment. Then go to the Supreme Court and say the same thing to them.
Now the 9 universities aren't to wait for this...
No, my point is that go to the Supreme Court. Ask them to review their judgment. I am not doing anything. Why don't you go to the Supreme Court and ask them to review and say that you have bombarded the universities in Kerala? You can say that to me, but you won't have guts to say one word before the Supreme Court. Why? Because you know what the consequences will be. Let the Finance Minister say that these honorable judges of the Supreme Court, because they are not from Kerala, they are from Maharashtra and Assam, therefore they don't understand the Kerala system of education. Go, show some bravery.
Governor, obviously you have a personal rapport, with some of these vice chancellors. 3 of them are really good. Yet all the 9 vice chancellors have gone against you to the High Court today. So
Very difficult. If you have a conditioned mind, very difficult to reply. I have already said, papers have reported today, they have been directed by LDF. And you are not trying to understand that. Underqualified persons are being appointed only because they belong to the cadre.
So you are telling that they are working under the direction of LDF.
Why I am saying you have said it in your newspaper reports. You have said, why you are saying that I am saying?
At the very beginning, their name came to before you, it was from the recommendation of the LDF.
Why it was not recommendation of the LDF. What the technique which they used was, and here I am again reminded what I had told you to remind me. Their technique is, they will, finance minister comes to me about the selection committee of the Kerala University. And he says, earlier in the case of Sanskrit University, I was new, I had come then here. Before that was Calicut University. Who was the member of the selection committee? One of the members, Chief Secretary. I said, why Chief Secretary is there? So when they came to me, or it was suggested to me that the normal practice is that governor nominee is normally Chief Secretary. I said, why? I said, the regulation says clearly that only academics should be there. So now they changed the tactics. They came to me and they suggested, appoint Professor, what is his name? No, who is Vice Chairman of the Planning Commission? Ramachandran. I agreed. Even that was, but he has academic background. But I should not have accepted their recommendation, because I should exercise my independent discretion. But I accepted. Now, when Kerala University matter came, because Vice Chancellor was going to retire, letter was written to Kerala University 4 months back, nominate somebody for the selection committee. But they were told, don't nominate anybody, we are going to change the law, change the selection process, when we will have majority in the selection committee, because now this governor is not going to listen to us. Therefore, you try to create obstacle in the formation of the committee. When this started happening, after I stayed the Kannur University, when Kannur University Vice Chancellor announced that everything is clear, no appointment letter is going to be issued tomorrow, then I stayed there. Then let me complete it. Finance Minister comes to me and he says, sir, the Kerala University Vice Chancellor is going to retire. So can we recommend the name of Professor Ramchandran as your nominee? I said, thank you very much for giving this suggestion. And I asked Principal Secretary, no, not asked. I said, thank you very much, I will keep it in mind. But do you want to give it in writing to me? I saw that he was hesitant. Then I told Principal Secretary, whom I had asked to come and sit there, I said, note down in the file of the Kerala University that Finance Minister has recommended inclusion of Professor Ramchandran. He was clueless. So I said, write down in the file. Call for the file and write down in the file that Finance Minister has recommended inclusion of the name as my nominee. Who is he to suggest my nominee? Therefore, he did not wish to give it in writing. I will tell you something more about writing right now. Please let me complete. And then when we reminded after 3 months Kerala University that so far you have not sent the name, letter came from Kerala University that we had selected Professor Ramchandran, but he has declined to be on the committee. He wanted to join the committee as my representative, but not as a Kerala University representative. Why? Because if he becomes my nominee, then they become two. And about this writing, I was in Delhi. 21st, 22nd, I had this meeting in Kochi. I was informed that 3 ministers have sent requests. They want to meet me when I reach Kochi. I said, ask them to send the request in writing. Neither have they come to meet me, nor the request in writing has come. They don't want to give you anything in writing. They want to do everything surreptitiously, mysteriously. Just 2 days back, check with them. If you want, I can even give the names of the ministers, because call is there recorded. Telephone can show who called. 3 ministers want to meet me on 22nd when I reach Kochi, and they want to meet me. My program is scheduled at 11. These 3 ministers want to meet me before the meeting between 9:30 and 10:30. I said, ask them to send the request in writing immediately. They did not. Why? Because they know what I will tell them. I will not deal with individual ministers. It is constitutional duty of the chief minister, and he is violating it continuously. It is his duty to brief me. I shall not deal with individual ministers.
Out of the 9 DC appointments subcommittee, you hold the chief secretary as a member of the subcommittee as an issue. Today, the higher education minister said that the chief secretary is a qualified person in different.
She should go to the Supreme Court and tell them, because they have found the presence of chief secretary to be illegal. The media of Kerala will not decide the legality. Why she is addressing the media? She should say this to the Supreme Court.
Today CM says you are leading destructive war against government.
He is entitled, I have already told you, if I acquiesce to their illegal actions and do whatever they want me to do, then I am all fine. I have already told you, then people indulge in Chapri Vidya. They need a little dose of pipali. Yes, they need pipali. This country is a free country, democratic country. I am right from university days. I have never been a socialist. I have never been. In fact, Bahugnaji told me that you are a strange person. At the age of 25, you talk of Swatantra Party. At the age of 25, if you are not a socialist, there is something wrong with your heart. But if you are still a socialist, when you become 40, then there is something wrong with your head. This Bahugnaji had told me. Right from my young days, liberalism has always attracted me. I am not against criticism. You can criticize me. You can criticize me. But ministers who are appointed by me, can they criticize the head of the government, that is chief minister? If they cannot criticize him, how can they criticize the head of the state? Any ordinary person can criticize me. My actions are not above criticism. But these people who are appointed by me, and I have never said, I do not know if you have read it or heard it. I said in Delhi, in this media conclave, I said when I was young, my teachers, I started taking part in debates, in essay writing competitions and all that. So my teachers would encourage me to read regularly the editorials of Times of India, Hindustan Times, Indian Express, and ask me not only to read them 2-3 times, but also to write them in my own handwriting. That will help me improve my delivery, my grammar, my language, etc., etc. I said, today I see that those who are writing editorial, they can't make a distinction between withdrawal of pleasure and sacking. I have never said I will sack them. I have merely said I will withdraw my pleasure. I will leave it to the chief minister. Whether he wants to retain those who are trying to stoke the fires of regionalism and provincialism, who are trying to see me not as an Indian, but as someone who belongs to UP. And he does not even know that BHU, Banaras Hindu University, is not a state university. It is a central university which had many vice chancellors from south. But you can make only somebody who wants to learn. The enemy of knowledge is not ignorance. The enemy of knowledge is illusion of knowledge. Do they not know that more than half of the vice chancellors of the BHU, they have been from south? Dr. Radhakrishnan was from south. So many vice chancellors, and he's turning it into a issue between, as if UP and Kerala are at loggerheads. What does he mean by that? It's a central university, so many times headed by people, vice chancellor. Nobody ever raised this question. So where they want to take the country to? But a party which does not mind their members is speaking the language of Pakistan, challenging the territorial integrity of India, their minister trashing the constitution of India. I have said, and I will repeat it, they are basically wedded to an ideology which originated outside India, which considers use of violence as a legitimate means to attain political objectives. So now they can't openly indulge in violence, therefore they indulge in pressure tactic by using this filthy language which you are referring to. Is she worthy of my commenting upon her? I ask you, you find any pearls of wisdom in whatever she says?
If governor is ready, government also ready to have discussions in this regard.
Who is she? Who is she? Who is she? Who is she? She is my appointee. If this thing is to be, an offer is to be made, it should be made by the chief minister. She does not realize the size of her feet.
Sir, CM and LDF leadership states that you act as an RSS tool to destroy the higher education of Kerala.
He should accuse the Supreme Court. Why he should accuse me? And if he is accusing me, I have already, there were so many people, I have said, yes, I have relationship with RSS. And this relationship goes back to 1986, when I resigned on Shah Banu, and RSS and left, both were supporting me. This goes back to 89, when we formed the government under VP Singh, and BJP, RSS and left, both were supporting us. So you review your own actions. I am the same person. You have started inviting now members of the Muslim Personal Law Board to your office. You have started going to their places. So if you change, you can't blame me for that. They found no problem in supporting me when RSS was supporting me in 1986. Why they supported VP Singh's government, which was being supported by RSS? Why did they join SVD governments in Uttar Pradesh, Bihar and several other places, which was where they and BJP were together? Let them explain. And I am not hiding my relationship with them. I have told you that the topmost program which they have, OTC training, more than twice they have invited me to address these people who stay from all over the country, who stay in Nagpur for the training. And then on the last day, non-RSS speakers are invited two or three to address them. I have addressed them. They have given me so much honor. So I do not, I'm not going to defend it or take a defensive posture.
It's like when you look at the legal perspective, what the government seems to suggest is that if the appointment is void, then it has to be, even though you are an appointment authority for the vice chancellor, it is not in you, it is based on the statute based on that you should work. So this is the essential argument which has been put
First
forward.
thing, my suggestion is that when talking of these people, don't talk of legality. They don't believe in law. They don't care about it. If they believed in law, how come, I'm asking you this question, how come that every serious crime in the state, gold smuggling, is finally the culprits are found to be working in the Chief Minister's office? Why? Why? How come the man who is pressurizing the Kannur VC to appoint his partner, he is in CM's office? Everything happens without his knowledge. So don't talk about legality. Possibly he won't be able he won't even claim that he believes in legality. Further question. Everything stays to Chief Minister's office. Illegal appointments being directed from Chief Minister's office. Gold smuggling, Chief Minister's office, men working in Chief Minister's office are found to be involved in this gold smuggling. And everything is coming, they don't take notice of what is happening there. Please.
Sir, the NDF is planning protest in the coming days. On the 14th of November, the CPT is holding protest outside Rajasthan.
Most welcome, and I promise you, my problem is that on 15th I will be in Odisha. I can't be personally present, but I have already given instructions to go to them and ask them if they would like tea to be served to them there at the venue, or they would like to come inside and have tea and snacks. Most welcome. I have already given instructions that people from Raj Bhavan will go to them, will ask them, would you like tea to be served here, or you would like to come inside?
So in the morning, you weren't ready to answer our questions. And here in this venue, some of the media are not here.
Are not?
Here.
I will not. I have taken a decision that those who are masquerading in media garb, but they are basically party workers, I am not going to talk to them.
So what was the criteria you recommended for that? Because
That is what even you make a choice when you go to the market. Similar things are available. You make a choice, or don't you? You look at the price tag, you look at the quality of the thing which you want to take. So everybody has a right. Because my experience is, for instance, I said I will withdraw my pleasure. And Kerala, despite the fact that Raj Bhavan told them that governor has not said criticize. Governor has said those who say or do things which lower the dignity of the institution, because this is a national institution. And they promised to Raj Bhavan that they will correct it. But they did not correct it. And they continued using word criticize. I have never said I am above criticism. I shall not tolerate criticism from ministers. Any ordinary Keralite, any ordinary Indian, high or low, has every right to criticize me and scrutinize my actions. But not those, if they have such a, they really have the character, then criticize Chief Minister. I know I wanted to criticize Prime Minister. I deferred with him. First, I put in my papers. I resigned from the government. It is not possible that you continue to be appointed by me and you criticize. It is not. This is simple indiscipline. Breaching of the line. There is certain maryada. That maryada must be respected.
There are always other allegations against you that you are actually deviating the state of Kerala.
They are entitled. If any common man has this opinion, I will, and he comes to Raj Bhavan and tells me, I will definitely entertain him and ask him, please do let me know how I should behave. But my experience is that yesterday when I was in Kochi, the areas which I visited, I had not seen these kind of scenes. People, I do not know for how much time they were waiting for me. And they were standing outside their houses. They were waving at me and telling me, we are with you, sir, we are with you, sir. Morning I went to this function. I have never seen on those corners so many people standing and waving warmly. So that may be your opinion, that may be somebody's opinion, but I am saying through you, if any ordinary Keralite, non-minister, not ordinary, any Keralite, I will not take lectures from ministers, but any Keralite, if he has something in his mind, he feels this is not the way I should behave, I will request him to come, have a cup of tea with me, and suggest to me how I should improve my performance. I am ready for that. But I shall not take lectures from those whom I have appointed.
So they are alleging that your actions are with the political vengeance. Is there?
Why I should reply to such vague things? They are non-political. They themselves who are saying this, they are non-political. The politics in which I believe, I resigned my position as central minister at what age? Can they give any example? I faced physical threats. I was attacked 5 times. I stood my ground. That is the politics in which I believe. I believe Sarve Tyaga Raj Dharmeshu Durishta, Sarve Diksha Raj Dharmeshu Chokta, Sarve Vidya Raj Dharmeshu Yukta, Sarve Loka Raj Dharmeshu Pirvishta. I believe in that kind of politics. If I had not believed in that kind of politics, anybody fights against his enemies. I have fought when I found that people with whom I was there, they are doing wrong. I stood against them. Show me how many people you have who have stood against that. That is the politics in which I believe.
Honorable Governor, having done this particular action, any citizen could have challenged based on the orders of the Supreme Court itself.
Yes.
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 If that was the case,
Though any citizen can or may not do, but I have taken the oath to defend, preserve and protect the Constitution and law. And I have already told you that any judgment given by Honorable Supreme Court becomes law of the land. I have to uphold it. Citizen is free to approach or not approach. I am not free. I have to do it. And I must also tell you that this is not the only oath. The other oath is, part of the oath is, I shall serve the people of Kerala to the best of my ability. Now, for instance, I will give you an example. Every minister in Kerala produces 50 full-time party workers who are paid by the government, a public exchequer. The people of Kerala looking for job, they go outside Kerala, they go to foreign countries, they go to other states. And here, party workers, every minister produces 50. After 2 years, they become entitled to this. I do not have the legal power to stop it. I consider this goes against the interest of the people of Kerala, and I have taken oath to serve their interests to the best of my ability. If I can't stop it legally, at least I will go to the people and inform them this is how public exchequer is being looted. Because I will be doing my duty if I do that, and I shall do that.
So, sir, there is an application for permission to prosecute in the Vigilance Court, a permission to prosecute the Chief Minister in the Vigilance case. that he has illegally tried to influence you in that appointment, Vice Chancellor appointment, and a request has been pending before the governor. Have you seen it? Will you be considering it?
But I do not know. I have not seen it, but I do not know because I have said it several times that I would not have accepted any pressure from Chief Minister. I would have rejected the recommendation of the Education Minister, but I could not persuade myself to reject the opinion of the Advocate General. And I firmly believe that he misled me into believing that what they are asking me to do is legal. But I have not seen anything.
So once you are telling that all ministers were appointed by you, and actually these ministers are telling that they are actually elected from the people of Kerala, and actually they are chosen by the people of Kerala.
Can I explain? Can I explain? Under the only Chief Minister becomes by virtue of being elected by the MLAs. People do not elect ministers. People, if they give majority to a party, then the elected leader of that party becomes Chief Minister. Ministers are not elected by people. Ministers are picked up by the Chief Minister. I'm not saying unless something serious, constitution collapse happens, I cannot say anything about the Chief Minister because he has been elected by the majority party. I have never said it. I have said it about ministers because they are not elected as minister by the people. There is please try to understand these legal finer points. They are picked up by the Chief Minister and they continue to hold office as long as they enjoy. The government holds office during the pleasure of the governor. Now, law does not allow me simply because some illegality has happened, therefore I say I have withdrawn my pleasure. No, law does not allow me as far as the government as a whole is concerned. But individual ministers, one minister of Rajiv ji, he made a statement which was insulting, which the then president was found insulting. And he did not withdraw the pleasure, the president. He merely expressed his displeasure and the minister was dropped because you run the administration in the name of the governor. You drive powers from the governor, institution of governor. Every GO which you issue, you use the name of the governor. How can you allow persons who have been picked up by you, and I have administered them oath of office, to run down the office of the governor? This is an Indian Penal Code provides punishment only. It does not provide punishment if you suppose try to disturb meeting of some minister, chief minister, or even prime minister. But it provides punishment if you disturb the meeting of the president of India or governor of any state. So you must understand the difference between these things. I'm not talking about the chief minister, because even if he says things which are demeaning, that is not a serious, that is not really collapse. He is targeting me. That is not collapse of the constitutional machine. I shall intervene only when there is collapse of the constitutional machine. Therefore, I have not talked about chief minister. Why? Because he is the elected leader. They are not elected by the people to be ministers. They are elected by people as members of the assembly, and they are picked up by the chief minister. And he cannot appoint them ministers. He recommends their name to me, and I appoint them as ministers. So try to understand the difference between the two.
Sir, it has become a state where things have come to the governor versus the government.
No, there is nothing governor versus government. I am only upholding the Supreme Court judgment. I have already told you there is no bad blood. Even on a day before Onam, when I was very unhappy that they have not invited me to the main function, I sent Onam gifts to the house of the Chief Minister. There is no conflict.
Sir, Mr. Minister would be said that you are busy on that.
I am?
You are busy on that schedule on this. You are busy on
Why you should, your duty, whether I prefer this program or the other program, your duty is to invite me. Did you do your duty? And then to add salt to the injury, you are saying there was no Onam function in Trivandrum. And you, none of you asked him that we had attended that function. New photos were published next day. And he is saying there was no function. You have reported, I have not reported.
Can you name the ministers who lower the dignity of
Everything is not done in one day. You should also, you need new things every day. I am not here every day. But when I believe to cross the bridge, when I come to it, I have only issued a warning. I have not yet decided.
So you think the time coming for withdraw the pressure, 1 or 2 ministers?
Withdraw?
Pressure.
I have already made it clear that when I say withdrawal of pleasure, this is to express my concern that they are crossing the limits. They are violating the Lakshman Rekha, Maryada. The greatness of a society depends on obedience of the unenforceable. I don't want to invoke law. I do not wish to sack anybody. But in order to make it clear to the people of Kerala that they are violating every political maryada, I will show my displeasure when it comes to that.
Sir, in today's press conference, he states that
Today,
he says that week back, you asked for the list of senior professors for this purpose.
I have already explained to you, somebody tries to stop you from speaking. And the man who is standing in between, he tears down his shirt. My ADC's shirt was torn down by Irfan Habib. You tell me what word I should use for that activity. I will say sorry and withdraw that word. Please advise me, you are a journalist. The Vice Chancellor, one person who retired as Secretary of the Government of India, he was Additional Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Human Resource, for long years before he was promoted as Secretary. When I reached Delhi, he came to meet me and he said that, Arif Bhai, I want to know what the intelligence of Kerala was doing when this thing happened. I said, why you are asking this question? We in Delhi, listen now carefully, we in Delhi were aware that this is going to happen in Kannur 3 days before it happened. JNU, most people knew that they want to insult you on the stage. What they will do, that we did not know. But it was decided there.
I thought immediate elections coming, there is no transport stay. There is no transport stay, I think. Copies.
That vote is already said.
Sorry?
Sir, regarding the order you have given,
Huh.
Vice Chancellors, the Honorable High Court is saying that there is not any scope for issuing a stay.
Considering the country,
Still considering, it's a remark,
Observations are mostly
observation.
available.
They have?
There is no scope for staying the Chancellor's order. They're still considering.
Order is not there, it is only a suggestion to
Yeah, it's an
them.
observation.
Order has gone today, asking them to show cause. It has gone today. Yesterday it was not order. It is only a suggestion for them for honorable exit.
It's not an ultimate.
No, where is the ultimatum? Because ultimatum in the sense that I will be forced to send you show cause notice. 11:30 so that we can prepare the show cause notice. You need some time. We will wait up to 11:30. After that we will send the show cause notice. 11:30 and now notices have gone. After 11:30 notices have gone to all the vice chancellors to show cause, and time they have been given is 3rd of November. Where is the illegality? I have already told you, my problem is that I feel bit uncomfortable when I have to repeat again and again the same thing. I have already told you that I spoke to some of them. I said, I have highest regard for you. I don't want to sack you. I want you to... I said, this I'm saying, there is no need for me to call you. If I'm calling you out of my... Because I have very, very high respect for you. And I consider you outstanding Vice Chancellor. But in the light of the Supreme Court judgment, I will be forced through the procedure to sack you. If you resign voluntarily and say that Supreme Court judgment has come, my appointment when it was made, only one person, one name was recommended, therefore I am also covered under this, I am voluntarily giving my resignation. I spoke to them, what more you want from me? And even today, I would say, even Kannur VC, for whom I have very poor opinion, I would say I am not finding any fault with him as far as the question of sacking is concerned. He has been given notice and he is not being sacked for his misbehavior, I do not propose to sack him for his misbehavior, for exceeding his powers, which Honorable High Court has said. Not in one case, you have told me in more than one case. That is not the issue. The issue is Supreme Court has said any appointment where only one name is recommended or any non-academic is sitting on the selection committee, that is void ab initio. Sorry? Naturally, if they want to, suppose they say that we would like to present our case personally, I will give them opportunity.
Otherwise, they will be
Naturally. Supreme Court, this is what Supreme Court judgment says. No, maybe they produce cogent reasons why they should not be sacked. Maybe I am persuaded to accept their reasoning. How can I predict about the future? But one thing is certain, Supreme Court order is now law of the land. That shall be upheld. Maybe they are able to show me that they are not covered under the Supreme Court law, Supreme Court decision. So how can I predict now?
Governor, on a very light note, perhaps in the danger that you will say I am reading it, I want to ask you, Governor, you had the power to in fact remove them, but that seems to be a problem here.
No, that should be taken as, because they are academics. I was keen that this tag should not be attached to them, that they have been removed from the office. Therefore, I suggested to them, this is the judgment of the Supreme Court. I tell you what opinion you will have about one person who says that I have read that this is the judgment of the Supreme Court, and my appointment itself, in my appointment, only one name was recommended. Therefore, I come under the ambit of this judgment and I am resigning. How much respect you will have for that? So I had given them an honorable way to exit. Thank you very much. Very.
So why you initiate the action on this day? Because Kerala University used to say
So I have not sacked him. I need not sack anybody because Supreme Court is saying that they are try to understand the significance of word ab initio. Ab initio means they will not be, their name will not appear on the register of the university as Vice Chancellor. They will be deprived of the profits as benefits of the ex-Vice Chancellor. These are the words which have been used by Supreme Court. I was giving them an escape route. I have not sacked him. The alternative arrangement I have made, men will take charge tomorrow.
Sir, before or after the 3rd of November, alternate arrangements will be made or?
After 3rd November. Because if I make the arrangements now, it means I have already decided to sack them. No, I will hear them. If they want me to hear them, I will hear them. I will consider whatever reasoning they give, I will consider that. And I may take some time to come to take the decision. Therefore, I won't say that on 3rd I will finally decide everything. Thank you very much. Very kind of you. Chai vai pilai? Chai piyenge? More? Coffee? Coffee? Piyenge. Keh rahe hain. Mangaiye. Jaldi mangai. Nahi, I will sit with them as long as they are here. I will sit with them. Sardar Patel Memorial Lecture, and this is at the India International Center, and the body, all former bureaucrats, chief secretaries, governors, they are all members of this organization who organize this every year.
Have they given you subject or do they depend on?
No, they have given. I always insist. Naturally, Sardar Patel, when his name comes, then the subject will be unification of India and how in those, because particularly this body, most of them are former bureaucrats. Cabinet Secretary Prabhat Kumar, who was also governor, people of that stature. So naturally, the time when Sardar Patel created and protected this institution of bureaucracy, that was a very difficult time and very difficult job for him, because many senior Congress leaders were personally beaten up, mishandled by these bureaucrats during the freedom struggle. So everybody was for abolition of All India service, bureaucrat. How Sardar Patel, during that difficult period, how he persuaded them to change their view, and he described that they were serving their masters, the Britishers. Now India has become free. They will serve the people of India. That was very difficult for him, because there were very senior people like Govind Ballabh Pant, who was second Home Minister of India. He was beaten so severely in Nainital by the police that even in Parliament, while sitting in Parliament, he used to do like this. His spine was injured. So Sardar Patel played an extremely crucial role, particularly in two areas: integration of the states, making India into one, and retaining, though orientation was changed, and the first speech which he made to the bureaucrats is even today you find it very inspiring. He told them, now your masters are not those who are sitting in the chair. Your masters are ordinary people of India. It's a moving speech. I will respect everything. Courts, I'm telling you, I'm a believer in respect for the institutions. I have already said, you have no right to, you do not have the right, you are claiming you will review my action. Yes, Honorable Court has every right to review my action. I will salute them. Whatever be the verdict, I will always have respect for them. To say it bit loudly. Bit loudly. I'm able to hear.
There was some difference of opinion with your secretary.
Secretary of?
Secretary, there was this
Oh, I do not know what you are referring to. He is a
reports in some media.
media is free, then you should ask them.
This kind of,
Because if I have anything,
this kind of decisions taken by you.
natural, everybody is entitled to his opinion, but one thing I can say about him, that whatever instruction I give him, he carries it out very faithfully, very sincerely. And if you do not have, let me tell you about my record.
Sir, are you enjoying your governorship in Kerala or is it due after?
I regret that I do not have enough time to spend here. I love every moment which I spend in Kerala. I am in love with Kerala and Keralites. And I have said earlier, not now, maybe 2 years back, I said, I can't thank my stars enough, I can't thank God enough that the President of India has chosen me for the Kerala state. I am so much in love with Kerala. And I shall not form my opinion about Kerala based on some irresponsible people's remarks. Kerala society, what impresses me most, this is one society which I greatly love, admire, appreciate. Here people are caring people. And possibly because this was a matriarchal society. Therefore, they definitely have an element of compassion in them. If they see anybody in trouble, I can't find another example where during the second surge, a woman with 3-month-old child she catches COVID. And there is nobody in the family to take care of that child. And hospital has problem in keeping the child there. And one lady in Kochi, she comes forward. She has grown-up children, aged 15 and 13. But she quarantines herself in her own house with this baby and lives with her, does not come out because husband is there, 2 children are there. She takes care of this baby for 1 full month, maybe little more. I can't find this kind of example at other places. Very difficult to find. This society has that element of compassion. And credit does not go to men, the women of Kerala. Because Dr. Radhakrishnan says that compassion comes to women naturally, men have to make conscious efforts to cultivate this quality. So this is what attracts me most, not physical beauty so much. There are many other places which are physically very beautiful. People of Kerala are beautiful. Shankaracharya has used a word in his famous Achyutam Keshvam. He has used a word which I find absolutely fascinating. He has used the word Chetasa Sundaram, where the thinking is beautiful, mind is beautiful, not just physics. Mind is beautiful. Chetsa Sundaram, that Chetsa Sundaram I see in the people of Kerala. भाई डॉक्टर साहब कॉफ़ी जल्दी मंगवा लो। One among them. I would accept the responsibility, there is no doubt. We are only, government has recommended all these things. I'm not asking them to resign. I have already accepted my responsibility. But I have said that the wrong which I committed was because AG, the senior most law officer of the state, misled me to believe that this is legal by using all the precedents. I am a human being, but I resisted that. It is on record. The very fact that AG's opinion was brought into play was because I was resisting to appoint him. And now everything which I told Chief Minister, and there are 4 letters, whatever I wrote in those letters has been, those are the points which have been made by Supreme Court. So you can blame me, but you can't blame me fully, because Advocate General, and I hope you will pay attention to my words. I'm saying he misled me to believe that the recommendation of the government is legally correct, although I held a different viewpoint, which I put in writing in all 4 letters. I repeatedly requested them not to scuttle the process, not to scuttle, don't give me one name. If I had not acted, then you would have said that I'm creating obstacles in the way of the government. Then you would have asked me that question. So, and I have said earlier also, there was no way of entertaining the recommendation of the Education Minister. But the opinion, the letter came with the opinion of the Advocate General.
Sir, you framed the entire issue from another point of view. The people you said to hold some of the vice chancellors
Properly, he cannot write properly, but he is, as far as his subject is concerned, he is very proficient. I mean, he is a knowledgeable man. It is not necessary that you have knowledge and you can also articulate it. No person should be judged based on one criteria. So I have all, the only thing I can say is, I have all my sympathy with him. He is not allowed to work. Every university, one syndicate member is nominated who gives directions to the Vice Chancellor. I don't want to name the person for the fear or for the advice which is given by earlier people that don't make stupid people famous by talking about them. Therefore, I don't want to name the person. But I fully know who is the man who gives. Without his permission, the Vice Chancellor of Kerala University does not move an inch.
What about the Stanford University Vice Chancellors?
Who?
A very learned person with high academic qualifications, but he never bothered about the process.
Maybe because they know they have to live in Kerala, therefore they can't antagonize them, therefore they should go. But the limit of shamelessness. Even if there was a news report today that the भाई कुछ डॉक्टर साहब कुछ खाने को नहीं दिया आपने if there was a report that the Education Ministry has asked them not to resign, I could have appreciated it, I could have understood it, but shamelessly the report is appearing, LDF has advised them not to resign. Can there be more disgraceful behavior? I know fully well that many of them are not happy with this position, but they know they have to live here. So even tomorrow, why all these political murders take place in Kannur only? Now sometimes they spill over, there is a spillover, but mostly in Kannur. Why? Huh? No, I won't talk to cadre media because I'm giving you an example. My tweet does not say that I will say I will do so because somebody has criticized me. The PRO of the Raj Bhavan called Kerali and told them that this is not what the tweet says. They promised to correct it, yet they did not correct it.
Not only Kailash, some of other channels will give chance.
So therefore, those who are not serving the principles of, not acting according to the principles of medias, they are more interested in serving their parties. Good to them. I have my best wishes to them, but I do not wish to communicate with them and give them an opportunity to distort what I say. I will not.
I will give one more chance.
Let them first say that we committed wrong. It's only last week when they did it, and everything is in writing. And yet they are distorting it, and they are told by the PRO. PRO phones them and says this is not what governor has said. They promise they will correct it. They never correct it. Mr.
When you said in Delhi that you speak to the national channels
Huh.
and not to the Malayalam media, they were all very heard.
No, but I told them, I have great respect for you, but I am on my own, I am not able to make a distinction between media and the cadre. Therefore, I want to avoid this.
Have you made a distinction, or have you?
No, I have told them, and like I said this morning, individuals can send the request. If they want to meet in a group, they can send the request. I will first get it checked, and then I will invite you. But it is clear that I will not speak to the cadre media.
So when you are in Delhi, will you allow the Malayalam media also?
Why not? In fact, through you I am saying, they can send the request right now. I will get it checked, and I will invite them. You know, I've so many times you check with them, they stand outside in the severe winter, in the severe heat, they stand outside in the lawn. I refused to talk to them. I said, come inside, first have tea. And they are young girls. I said, you are standing in this cold weather outside? I said, I feel totally uncomfortable. I won't talk to you. Come inside. First have tea, eat something, and then I will talk to you. So I have no problem with the media.
So should we send a request again, or?
No. For you, no problem. Those who have come, they know, and they have told me. But in Delhi, if somebody wants to, they can send a request, and I will definitely invite them. अरे वो जल्दी से कुछ खाने का मंगवाइए. अब जल्दी से मंगवाइए ना. इतनी सारी मीटर सब कुछ तो वहाँ पे दिवाली का रखा है, उसी में से उठा लाइए. पकाने की क्या जरूरत है?
You are an important person during that in 1989 when you were in the Ministry of DPC.
Yes.
The CPM mouthpiece Desaഭിമാനി.
What they did? No, EMS went out of his way to support me. He has heaped praises on me. Now, if you change, that does not mean that I have not changed. I have till 2017, when the Supreme Court judgment came, and I wrote letter to Prime Minister. I said Supreme Court judgment alone will not be of any value. Triple divorce will continue unless you make a law. And he agreed, immediately called for me, sent for me. I went to his office. We had discussion for 55 minutes. And he said, now you need not approach anybody. And they brought the bill and was passed by Lok Sabha. But Rajya Sabha, they did not have the majority. It was only after they managed the majority and that became law. I went to thank him. Then he said to me, now can you accept some responsibility? Otherwise, I always told these people, they can say whatever they like, RSS, BJP. But I told them, that if I join you, then charge will be made that I am pursuing your agenda regarding Muslim personal law. I said, I am fighting this battle when BJP had only 2 members in Lok Sabha. I had resigned from the government. Therefore, so when this issue was, I said, I have devoted my whole life for this fight. So when finally it was settled and government made the law, then Prime Minister asked me. He said, now at least, now though your issue is over, now you can accept some, now you can do something. And third day I was appointed. I said anything which you will say. And third day I was appointed. Otherwise, before that, I was not ready to take any responsibility. I was committed because I have, in a way, I gave up everything for that cause. So I was not ready to become even minister. And this I am saying, I would not have said it, but one Indian Express writer, senior writer, he said that the governor possibly feels that he should not be governor, he should be a minister. Therefore, so I told him that the date on which I was invited to join the government, and through a letter, and I went to the Prime Minister, I said, I am thankful to you for being so kind, but I do not want to accept any government. If I come with you, then they will make charge against me. I will continue to speak the same thing, which I am speaking since 1986. But then they will start saying, I am pursuing BJP's agenda. No, BJP had only 2 members when I started this fight.
Even after all these years, today also this temptation was made against you that you are pursuing RSS.
I admire them. What more you want? I admire them particularly for one thing. That is their Ekal Vidyalaya, where one teacher from Maharashtra, from Kerala, from Tamil Nadu is sent to distant areas in other states, and that one person stays with the Adivasis, one person, and prepares young children for getting admission into schools and colleges. And he is not allowed to cook his own food. He has to eat necessarily the food of the tribals. When they invited me, I was telling you OTC training, when I went to their office, I said, I am interested only in one thing, which I want to understand fully, your Ekal Vidyalaya. So I admire them for that. No, last 3 years there is nothing except when we meet here and there. He refused even to reply to my letters, in which I reminded him, it is your constitutional duty to brief me regularly. I do not know what fear he has. He does not want to come to Rajbhavan. Thank you very much. I hope to be back to Cochin possibly on 3rd of November.